Welcome guys to 15 Minutes with Nikhil. This is the host of your show, Nikhil Gar. Beside me, we have our guests. Introduce yourselves, ladies.
Hi, I'm Isabel Zero. And I'm Julia Thack.
Yeah! These are actually amazing at singing and acting. That's why I wanted them to be on the show to talk about more experiences and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get this started with. What made you guys want to start acting?
Well, I always grew up listening to musicals because my mom did it when she was younger, and I saw The Sound of Music at the Players Club in Swarthmore, and I remember I saw this little girl doing it, and she looked like she was my age, and she is the person that really got me into theater. So shout out to you, Anya Hooper. Thank you.
And I guess for me, I always danced as a kid, so I was always on stage. But I grew up going to her shows ever since second grade, and so it really made me want to not just do dance, but to also sing. So I feel like growing up at an elementary school where we didn't have it, it was really fun to go to the middle school and to be able to do shows together. And I got to meet a lot of new people, which was really fun.
She was my first.
Let her talk.
She was my first fan.
I was her first fan from the beginning.
That was Ian's first fan. So guys, this is where our senior prom happened. Tell me what that experience was like for you guys.
So senior prom is really fun. I always love school dances and to see everyone get dressed up and like all the parents be really proud. But I feel like senior prom was really nice because it was the last time that our grade got to be together before graduation. So I think that it was really cool because you got to, have one last song and one last dance with the people you may not see in a while or ever. So I feel like it was really cool to be together in the same place one last time before you say goodbye, I guess.
I loved senior prom. I think you grow up watching older kids and older siblings go, and they look beautiful, and finally seeing your friends looking beautiful and just being with your community. And I think it was really special to start here at the Rose Garden because it's our town, and it was really nice to see parents you might not have seen in a while. And just to catch up and then all go together. It was just a very special time with your friends.
Yeah, I actually had amazing senior prom. I had the pleasure of taking the amazing Callista Hill. Shout out to you.
Yeah, Callie!
Woo!
What was the first musical / play that you guys ever started?
The first
Wait, started?
Starred or had a main part?
Yeah.
The first musical I ever started was called Once on This Island, and I was Little T Moon, which was a time. But I guess the first time that I was the lead was when I was Fiona in Shrek. 8th grade.
Love that music. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love it, Carson.
The first musical that I was a lead in was Legally Blonde, actually, which was this year, my senior year. So it was really cool just being in the company and having small parts to then, having my first lead ever as my last show, which is really cool.
So guys, have you ever forgotten a line or two during a live performance? And if so, what was it?
I have forgotten a line, actually. I didn't forget it, but I kept repeating the same line, and it was supposed to be a dialogue between Tommy Bennett and I, and 3 times I said the same line. So I don't know if anybody noticed, so I covered it up pretty quickly, but it was just completely the wrong line, and we all laughed about it after the show. It just did not make any sense to what I was saying. So
I've never actually, no, that's not true. I definitely have, but nothing's coming to mind. That was that I might have slipped up a few times, but my freshman year, when we were auditioning for Company, which was supposed to be musical before it got switched to Rent, I was auditioning, and the line, I was so nervous. I was standing in front of all of the older kids that I had watched and idolized, and I was standing up there alone on stage, my first time ever, and the line was supposed to be you never give a person warm orange juice. And I was talking to Aiden Cole, and I was like, you never give a hot person hot orange juice. And everyone was just silent, and then everyone just burst out laughing, and I was so embarrassed. That's probably like the worst time that I've ever been on stage and messed up line. So love you, Aiden. You're hot.
So guys, what are you looking forward to most in college?
I think I'm looking forward to meeting new people from different backgrounds that are really different from my own, because you know, there's something really special about growing up in a small town and watching kids grow, you know? But I think now we're all kind of ready to move to the next chapter and meet people who might come from completely different backgrounds, different families, different lifestyles, and just kind of open my worldview a little bit.
This isn't necessarily for me, but I'm really excited to see all my friends kind of like find their people and like find their place. Like I'm excited to see, you know, all their hard work that they've worked for the last 4 years, and for them to get into like a lot of their dream schools. It's going to be really cool to see them like, you know, like thriving and like meeting new people, and I'm excited to like visit them and like meet their friends as well. So I think that'll be really cool to see them.
So, how long have you known each other?
Oh, okay, so Isabel moved here in 2nd grade, and we went to a really small elementary school, and I remember the first time I met her, it was like her first day moving here, and I just immediately like asked her to play. When was it, like 1st or 2nd grade? 2nd grade. So ever since, we've just been in school together, and then all the way up from 2nd grade to senior year.
I remember I was so nervous, and I had 2 French braids and like a satchel backpack with like Winnie the Pooh weird like chimes on it, and Julia like came up to me in this like pink tutu skirt and like super big blonde hair. I'm just like, hi, I want to come play, and I like hid behind my mom, and she like took my hand, and then she was like, your backpack's really cool. Like
That was our first bonding.
yeah, and then we bonded over Winnie the Pooh little like thingies.
Aww. What is the funniest blooper that you guys have ever witnessed or actually been a part of?
So, my freshman year, we were doing a Christmas Carol, and Zoe Bach and I were supposed to make a cross right after this like really sad scene where the kid dies and like the family's mourning. And Zoe and I thought that the scene was over, but they were really just crying. And we entered like full conversation talking about the market, and we got on stage and we like realized that it was wrong, and we literally collapsed on stage laughing, and it was so bad. And I remember I just like cursed super loud, and everyone was like, that was weird.
The worst blooper that I've been a part of was in a show during sophomore year. My whole seam on the back of my dress just like ripped on stage, and so like you could just see everything, and I had to be on stage for probably about a half an hour, and I was like trying to dance but also hold my dress so I wouldn't flash the whole audience. So it's just when things like that happen, there's absolutely like nothing you can do besides like try to stay in character. So
pray.
That was not so fun.
Alright. So guys, what is your favorite musical?
Oh, that's a hard one. Probably one of my favorite musicals is West Side Story, just because like my mom and I have seen it a bunch of times, like since when I was little to now. But probably one of my favorite ones that I've seen is Hamilton. I know not everybody loves it, but it was just like the best thing I've ever seen. So.
I love
You like Hamilton?
No, I like this.
He likes West Side Story.
We got a musical fan. That's a really hard question. I think my favorite musical of all time. It's so hard. It's probably Hamilton, but I really liked Dear Evan. It's such a hard question. I really liked Dear Evan Hansen. I thought that how they did that was really awesome.
Same here.
You definitely.
Okay. Alright. So, alright. This kind of changes up the subject, but who wins in a 1v1 game of basketball between you two?
Oh, us two?
Yep. I look, you got my money on Julia.
Thank you, me.
I feel like Julia's a good defender in the post. You know?
Who's taller? That's the first thing. This is a lifelong debate.
Don't get on your toes.
I'm not. Okay, we'll let the audience decide.
Jules is on thing.
Okay, so I think I don't know. We're both not the best.
Okay, so this is the thing. Julie would beat me, but if basketball were like a verbal debate, I would win.
Not so anything in sports.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Julia beats me in basketball, but I would beat her in like a fight.
A fight?
A debate.
No, I would win the fight too.
Julia would win a fight.
Beautiful. Okay. So, Isabel, I know you're going to Boston University. What made you choose that school?
That's a good question.
Barry!
No,
Barry,
but
can you show yourself to the camera real quick?
Oh my god.
Come on.
you should see him. He's all in like Boston here.
Barry, come on.
Okay, but
Be back close to my mid though.
No,
Freddie
it's fine. It's
Benson.
fine. Just show your hat. Just show your hat.
true.
Hey.
There we go. Represent.
Shout out to Perry Sosi. Yeah.
Yep, she took my hat.
Okay.
Speaking of BU.
I chose BU because it had a combination of everything I wanted. It had D1 sports, Greek life, but that wasn't the only thing the school had to offer. It's located in a major city with so much other stuff going on. So it's such a young city, which I love. And I just think it's a really good school with some really cool kids. Perry.
Shout out to Perry Sosi. Yeah. If you guys want his address, it'll be down below. So, guys, tell me, what is your favorite dance? And display it real quick for me.
Okay, ready? That's all we got.
There! Woo! Yeah! So, do you guys have any Delco accents by any chance?
Do you? No.
I don't.
I don't get a typical like Philly, like I don't say wood or anything, but I do say horrible, which kind of annoys her instead of horrible. I don't really hear myself say
Hold on,
that.
you say horrible?
No, like I
She
say
says
horrible.
horrible
Horrible.
Instead of horrible.
instead of horrible. And she also says terrible.
I
instead
do
of
not
terrible.
say terrible.
She
I don't
does.
say that.
She
I
does.
don't say that. But that's about it. She does.
If you could travel to anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
That's so hard.
I really want to go to Morocco. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be really cool, like the culture, the food, the architecture. I feel like it just like visually, it's just like a country that I've always thought was really beautiful because it has like cities and beaches. So that would be a country that I really want to travel to.
I think number one on my list right now is Thailand because I'm obsessed with Thai food and the culture is awesome and their outdoor markets are apparently incredible. And my dad actually lived there for a year, and so I want to see like where he lived and like what that was like for him. So I want to go to
Sweet. Good response.
that. Okay. Ask.
Quick math. What is 480 divided by 8?
Why do you do this to us?
I literally cannot do my times tables, let alone that.
You're gonna embarrass us.
Figure it out. It's quick math.
480 divided by 8.
8.
How many times does 8 to 80? 10.
What? What is 480 divided by 8?
668.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure that's the amount of times Isabel left me on red, but who's counting? Good job.
Oh my gosh!
That was good. That was good.
That was good.
Lastly, if you could go back to any experience in your life and relive it, how would you do it?
I like it. I feel like an experience that I really would want to do over and over again is our trip this year to Italy. I think it was just really cool to be with a lot of kids that we've known throughout like the theater and like music process for like years, but to be in like such a cool place with them and like a lot of us have never been. Like it was my first time there, so I think it was really really cool to experience that together, but also do something that we all love to do, which is sing, and to like show other people that. So I thought that was one of the best experiences of my high school career. So yeah, I'd want to go
go back there in a heartbeat. We did. Agreed. You took mine. Italy was awesome. But I think a moment I'd want to relive over and over again is swimming in the ocean with my dad in Greece. Like, I could just literally relive that every second of every single day. It was amazing. And we were just like swimming, and you look down so deep and you just can see everything. And it was so cool to see the wildlife, and it was so nice to, like, it was just a really special few hours with my dad in the water. I don't know. It was really fun.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of 15 Minutes with Nikhil. I'm your host, Nikhil Gar. Thank you, Isabel Zaro and Julia Thack, for joining us today. Miss Pumps. See you next time on 15 Minutes with Nikhil.
Here are some questions for our live studio audience. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most awkward, how awkward was Isabel and I?
I personally did not think you guys were awkward at all. I'd give it maybe a 3, maybe a 4.
That's pretty awkward.
It's fine.
A 1.
That's okay. Good answer.
It's kind of tough. I think you guys did a pretty good job overall, and I would have to say 1.5 to 2.
You take that?
Oh, my turn. I'd also say 2. It came very naturally. You could tell that the acting background came into play.
Thank you.
So you were
Okay.
acting like you're interested in
Next
this
question.
Alright.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most tragic, how tragic was it to watch Julia and I in Legally Blonde teasers at school?
Oh god!
Honestly, I thought it was a great adaptation of the film. Honestly, I had a wonderful time watching the teaser.
Jake?
I didn't see the full play, unfortunately, but I think I can put the pieces together in my mind from the teaser that it was just a great play.
Thank you, Jake.
I agree. I had a great time watching the teasers. It made me want to come watch the play.
Wow.
And I had a great time at the play.
Oh,
You guys did a really good job.
I also enjoyed the teasers and the full play, but it was just really solid all around. So yeah.
It was the most painful moment of my entire life.
Me too. Okay, next question. What is your favorite memory from this past year?
For me, it would just be all the grad parties. There's not just one memory, just all the grad parties, all the kids coming together for one final meeting before we all go away. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like the grad parties too. I would say prom though. Yeah, prom. No, yeah, I have to say prom. Prom was fun. I had a really good time there. I thought it was really fun. I got hypnotized, but
Oh my
Same.
god.
I didn't really like that.
Wait, did you actually feel that? You looked like you were out.
Yeah, I would not. I would not
When
have
you
done
walked
that.
the runway, I was like,
Oh my
I
god.
would not have done that stuff.
I would not have jumped up and down like a fury singing.
I would say my favorite moment was when Nikhil unblocked me on Snapchat. So.
Yeah.